Welcome to This Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today because we are tackling something that affects almost every single one of us. There are literally millions of people out there who are entirely stuck in life. And it's not because they lack talent, and it's definitely not because they lack drive. It's simply because they think way too much and act way too little. So today, we are breaking down a complete step-by-step survival guide to stop overthinking and start taking immediate action. Let's dive into the source material and see exactly how to reclaim your mental energy.
Okay, let's set the scene with a very familiar picture. Imagine you're lying in bed at night. You are physically exhausted, completely drained from the day, but your mind absolutely refuses to stop, right? This is that classic 3 a.m. overthinking trap. You're lying there, wide awake, replaying old mistakes from 5 years ago, worrying about the future, and actively inventing problems that don't even exist yet. Hours just pass by, and you are still trapped inside your own thoughts. It's incredibly frustrating, isn't it? Well, we tend to tell ourselves a little story that overthinking is actually a sign of intelligence. We like to think it means we're careful, that we're analyzing and planning like a chess grandmaster. But what the source material reveals is a pretty harsh truth. Overthinking is often just an illusion of control. It is actually a product of fear. It's just hesitation and doubt masquerading as productivity. To snap out of this paralysis right now, we're going to use an exact step-by-step playbook derived directly from our source material. We'll be covering 1. The hidden trap, 2. The what-if flip, 3. The 5-minute rule, 4. Daily habit shifts, 5. Imperfect action, and finally, 6. The ultimate cost.
Let's jump right into step 1, the hidden trap and the illusion of certainty. Here is the absolute core of the trap. Overthinking feels productive. You tell yourself that you're just preparing, getting everything ready, but in reality, you are standing completely still. And why do we do this? Because people desperately want certainty. We want absolute ironclad guarantees before we make a single move. But let's be real, life simply doesn't offer guarantees. So while other people are out there taking action despite the uncertainty, the overthinker gets trapped in this endless cycle of doubt. The tragic reality here is that your biggest dreams are rarely destroyed by failure. They are destroyed by hesitation. Moving on to section 2, the what-if flip, or reprogramming your questions. To fix this, you need to make a powerful mental pivot. Most overthinking starts with 2 tiny little words, what if. Usually, your mind automatically defaults to the worst-case scenario. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I'm just not good enough? You have to forcefully flip that script. You need to train your brain to ask positive questions instead. What if you succeed? What if your life completely changes? What if this one single decision becomes the turning point of your entire future? Training yourself to see positive possibilities is your crucial first actionable step. Which brings us to section 3, the 5-minute rule, a strict limit on decisions. Now this is the absolute anchor of our step-by-step playbook. The source material is very, very clear on this. Whenever you are stuck on a decision, you give yourself exactly 5 minutes to think. That's it. You can analyze, you can weigh the pros and cons, do whatever mental gymnastics you need to do, but only for 5 minutes. When that clock runs out, you must make a choice. No more endless analysis, no more exhausting mental loops.
And the reason this rule is a total game changer is simple. Action creates clarity. Thinking alone just creates confusion. You can never, ever think your way into a better life. You absolutely must act your way into it to break out of the trap. When you force a decision after 5 minutes, you force action. And the feedback you get from that action brings you the exact clarity you are fruitlessly trying to find in your head. Next up is section 4, daily habit shifts, focusing your energy.
If you have ever spent an entire day worrying about other people's opinions or trying to magically predict unexpected events, you know it is a full-time job. And frankly, it's a terrible job with awful benefits and absolutely 0 vacation days. It leaves you exhausted. Most of our anxiety comes from pouring energy into things we literally cannot control. So, the key daily habit shift you must make is moving 100% of your focus to what you can control: your effort, your attitude, and your daily actions. Put your energy where it actually matters, and just watch your anxiety drop. Section 5, imperfect action, starting before you are completely ready. So many of us wait around for the perfect opportunity or the flawless plan. Well, here are your specific, immediate steps to bypass that roadblock once and for all. 1. Acknowledge that perfection is a total illusion.
It doesn't exist. 2. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Seriously, every highly successful person started long before they felt completely ready. And 3. Take the first unpolished step. Your first step does not need to be perfect, it simply needs to happen right now. Starting messy is infinitely better than perfectly standing still. And finally, Section 6, the ultimate cost. A tale of two paths.
Let's imagine two very different people. Person A is our classic overthinker. They spend years perfectly planning, deeply worrying, and perpetually waiting for just the right moment. Now imagine person B. They use the 5-minute rule. They start today. Sure, they make mistakes, but they learn from them and they improve. Fast forward 5 years later, person B has built the exact life that person A is still only dreaming about. The difference wasn't that person B had more talent or better luck. No, the only difference was action.
Your mind can be your greatest weapon or your biggest prison. The more you overthink, the more life just passes you by while you sit on the sidelines. Remember, you do not need all the answers today. You don't need a flawless roadmap for the next 10 years. You only need enough courage to take the very next step.
I want to leave you with a really powerful final thought. Your future is built by action, not anxiety. Stop waiting, stop doubting, stop overthinking. Which path will you choose today? I challenge you to step away from this explainer right now, use that 5-minute rule, and take your first imperfect step. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack all of this, and I can't wait to explore more fascinating insights with you next time.